I want to quickly talk to you about Centerbase. And Centerbase is cloud-based law firm software. So in today's conversation, we want to do an in-depth review so you have a clear idea about the software before buying it potentially. So here's the synopsis I want you to pay attention to. So when you think about Centerbase, I want you to think about a full-featured, highly configurable law practice management software for small and medium-sized businesses. Not businesses, but law firms, okay? And obviously, Centerbase can also be used by large law firms, but based on our analysis for the last 10 years, we have seen that Centerbase is particularly efficient for medium-sized law firms and small law firms. And so think about it. Think about cloud-based lifecycle management software for your law firm. Okay, so you have a compilation of features that include document management. So within Centerbase, you have a series of features. I'll go through the features later on, but I first want to give you an overview here. So you have document management, you have matter management, you have timekeeping, you have accounting, and you also have the very important text messaging capability for your clients. Because at the end of the day, if you want to communicate with your clients, you don't always want to just do it via email. So being able to text message quickly and automatically is really quite essential. So Centerbase will help you do that, okay? And so one thing we also love about Centerbase is that you can build client accurately. You can optimize timekeeper productivity. So you are able to deliver efficiency. You're able to actually provide, I would say, more time, more sort of distraction-free activities for your staff, and either the attorneys, but also the paralegals and the regular staff. So this is really important to really think about it that way. And what we love about Centerbase is that, again, it is actually scalable. So as your law firm actually grows, Centerbase will grow with it. Not a problem at all. And so you also can do a lot of stuff in terms of, so beyond case management, you also can do marketing automation through Centerbase. You can do automation around the like matter and case management. And you also have user face. I'll speak about UI later on, but the UI, the user interface, is really intuitive. So we love it a lot. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. And we're having a quick convo about the Centerbase. We're doing a review about this tool to know all the ins and outs, the pros and cons, and everything else. Speaking about the pros and cons, let's go through this here. I want to go a little granular here. So what are the pros? There are many pros, but the most important ones for us is that when you think about Centerbase, think about integrations. Centerbase integrates really well with your existing tech stack. Remember, this is cloud-based software. So the possibilities or the availability of integrations within Centerbase are higher. This availability is higher than if you were to have a desktop-based software tool. So integration is really great. The interface is really clean. It's really intuitive. I said this before. So UI and UX are fantastic. And the cool thing is that, again, we love the fact that it's very easy to use. So you don't have to think about a steep learning curve when implementing Centerbase. So your staff can start working with the tool as soon as possible. Not a problem. So what about the cons here? Well, with Centerbase, there have been problems in terms of glitches. So, obviously there's no software on this earth that has no glitch experience. All of them go through some kind of glitchy experience every now and then. And so basically, Centerbase has not been foreign to glitches in the past. What we love is that the staff, their customer service, and the team in general can fix whatever glitches arise. This is really good. And some users have talked about the formatting. Like, basically, things are not as intuitive as, we haven't seen this ourselves. We have actually gathered this feedback from third parties, online and offline. People have talked about the user interface is not always straightforward, and especially if they're trying to move from the dashboard to a specific sort of functionality, things were not straightforward. But yeah, this is what it is. With Centerbase, you have limited intake, so be aware of that. You may have limited intake. The initial setup could be complex if you are if you like the larger your workforce is, and if you are looking for specific configuration options, these things could make the whole process a little longer. But this tool, Centerbase, is definitely not for solos. So if you're a sole practitioner, you don't want to go with the Centerbase, go with another tool. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about Centerbase. So this is a Centerbase legal practice management software review. I want to talk to you about the features here. So what are the features you are more likely to see in Centerbase? So when you think about Centerbase, I want you to think about there are actually several clusters in terms of features. That's how we analyze the Centerbase. We actually have subdivided Centerbase features and options into 6 clusters. So you have law practice management software, legal case management software, you have legal calendar software, legal billing software, conflict checking software, and you have legal document management software. So you have all those capabilities or sub capabilities that are inherent in Centerbase. Okay. So what will happen here is that you basically, when you log in the dashboard, you will see several clusters and you can choose the tab you want to actually explore. So let's quickly explore those for you. In law practice management, you have billing and invoicing, CRM, calendar management, client portal, conflict management, contract management, document management, email management, legal case management, task management, time tracking, and trust accounting. If you were to consider Centerbase as a legal case management software, you will have billing management, calendar management, case notes, client management, communication tracking, conflict management, corporations, court management, discovery management, docket management, document management, expense tracking, government, law firms, records management, task management, time tracking, and trust accounting. So this is really good. The level of granularity is really key here, because you want to really zero in on the most important features for you. If you were to think of Centerbase as the legal calendar software, you will have case-defined timekeepers, completion tracking, conflict management, multi-office, reminders, rules-based scheduling, staff calendar, status checking, task management. What about legal billing software? You have accounting management, automatic billing, calendar management, case management, client portal, document management, expense tracking, and time tracking. If you were to consider Centerbase as a conflict checking software, you have access to features such as case management, client database, data import, export, full text search, indexing, phonetic search, preemptive conflicts search, relationship tracking. And if you were to consider the tool as a legal document management software, you have access controls, archiving and retention, collaboration, contract management, document assembly, document indexing, document tagging, and full text search and version control. So this is what it is. And I had to really go through all of this to really tell you that if you were considering one tab over another, you wanted to have a clear idea of the functionalities rather, that you would be expecting. Let me zero in on the value that Centerbase really adds to your law practice's operation. So what is the value added here? So if you were to go with Centerbase tomorrow, what is the value added here? So what are the functionalities, the capabilities that will really elevate your law firm to another level? Okay, we're talking about basically not only elevation in terms of operation, but also helping your staff, okay, the lawyers, the paralegals, and the admin staff to be able to actually operate at another level. So it's all about productivity. So when we talk about Centerbase and legal case management in general, if there is an increase in productivity, chances are there will be an increase in profitability. There is no strong correlation. It's not a one-on-one correlation, but there is, based on experience for the last 20 to 30 years, we've seen a direct correlation. So Centerbase adds value in terms of legal document management functionalities. Very important. Centerbase does a lot of things in this department. You have access controls and permissions. So you're able to do archiving and retention, for instance. This is really good. Centerbase adds value in terms of collaboration. So you have the collaboration tools. They're very detailed here. You have document classification, document generation, full text search, and version control. So those are really important to really think about. And we also love the fact that there are other functionalities that overall, collectively will add value to your law firm. So accounting, you have this in the Centerbase. You have invoice management. So invoice management is totally different from billing, though. Don't get it twisted. So there are two separate things. You have time tracking. You have trust accounting. You have billing and invoicing. You have case management, and you have client management. You have document management, calendar management. If you have a busy client base or a busy season, calendar management becomes quintessential. In other words, calendaring becomes quintessential to your profitability, because not only you want to track all pending and current projects, but you also do not want to take too long to answer to those clients that are waiting for you to get back to them. Okay, so you have task management, accrual accounting, activity dashboard, activity tracking, asset accounting. So anything relating to accounting, accrual accounting, asset accounting, you should be able to reconcile that back to trust accounting and do everything in compliance with court rules and general like US GAAP. So you also have electronic payments, email management, expense tracking, fee calculation, posting. So the list is long, but I just wanted to tell you that Centerbase really adds value through a constellation of capabilities, okay? Constellation of functionalities adds like solid value to your law firm. That should be the bottom line here. That should be the recap. This should be the takeaway for you to see that whether it is third-party integrations, time and expense tracking, fee calculation and posting, data import or exports, or anything you can think about, Centerbase is there to help you out. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about Centerbase. So Centerbase legal practice management software. Here is a review. I'm doing an in-depth review today. Let me talk to you about the specs you should really expect if you go through Centerbase or if you choose Centerbase. So in terms of deployment, so you can do all kinds of deployment. So there's like flexibility is there. So we love that. So first of all, you can do cloud, SaaS, and web-based. You can do desktop Mac, desktop Windows, desktop Linux, desktop Chromebook. You can do on-premise Windows, on-premise Linux. You can do mobile Android, mobile iPhone, and mobile iPad. Why am I saying this? Because depending on the nature of your law firm and the size of your law firm, if you have lawyers who are actually are used to working remotely, or if you have lawyers, let's say partners, who would love to be on vacation but still check on the case, it's important to have this mobile, for example, this mobile deployment. Okay, and what about support? So if you go through Centerbase, you have all kinds of support. You have chat, you have email and help desk. You have phone support, not a problem. If you have a question, they're there for you. You have a knowledge base, so you can avail yourself of that knowledge base. And you have FAQs, you have a forum. In terms of training, what we love about Centerbase is that you have also here a multitude of options to actually elevate your firm's, your staff's, I would say, level of expertise when it comes to Centerbase. So you have a live online sort of platforms. You have documentation, you have videos, and that documentation is constantly updated. It's constantly been updated. You have videos, you have in person, you have webinars, okay, and this is kind of cool. And what I want to say here is that we love the fact that again, Centerbase will adapt their customer service to your needs. This is what we love here. They really go granular. Customer service is really courteous, really polite, very professional, and very granular. So like they really ask detailed questions to sort of kind of help you out. That's what we love a lot. We reached out to them a couple of times, and the level of granularity in the questions was just fantastic. So we love it. I want to talk to you now about pricing. And you can see on the screen here that there are no prices available on the website. So in that regard, Centerbase is not really transparent. I mean, when software providers do this, it's just it's usually a competitive trick, a competitive ploy. They want you to call them. They want you to call sales, and because they think that their salespeople are better equipped to ask important questions and hopefully convert those who are calling. So they do not have any sort of information. Centerbase, that is, doesn't have any information on their website. You need to contact sales. Now, regardless of the plan you end up taking, there are some core details to be aware of. Okay, remember that you are basically you have the ability to have apps. So Centerbase has an app that's available like on Android, iOS, and web. In terms of the installation, things can happen on the cloud, not a problem. And what we love is that Centerbase actually integrates really well with important applications. You have LawPay, Microsoft 365, Microsoft Office 365. You have Net Documents, Law Toolbox, QuickBooks Online. You have Stripe. So those are really great. And and what we love also is that, by the way, if you want to book a demo, you can call right now. The number is 214-987-9000. And we really encourage you to avail yourself of this option, because you never want to use a tool, whether it be Centerbase or another one, without testing it. You have to test it and to make sure that basically it does what it says it does, but that most important, your team, your staff, your the attorneys, the paralegals, the admin staff, the admin personnel, they all collectively and individually can use the tool easily, because it doesn't matter to spend thousands of dollars into a tool in a tool, and then your staff is really struggling to use it, because first of all, they have to go through a learning curve. They have to spend hours upon hours to sort of understand how the tool works, and then the way they act. So this is just the beginning, and then to actually use it, it's another problem. You don't want that. So what is the verdict here? What is our verdict? Is Centerbase worth it? Definitely yes. Definitely yes. I mean, we love the fact that Centerbase is diversified. It has a constellation of features for law firms of all sizes. We love that a lot. So Centerbase is definitely a yes, as long as you're looking for some of the features that are available in Centerbase. So your law firm's size doesn't matter. Okay, if you have so Centerbase is great for small businesses and mid-sized businesses. Mid-sized practices, of course. But if you are a solo practitioner, Centerbase might be a little too much for you, because the features will be too much. You'll be paying a lot of money for something that you barely use. So if you're a solo practitioner, go for another software. But if you are a small law firm or mid-sized law firm, you will love Centerbase. So some of the features you might actually like: you have case management, for instance. You have client. If you are looking for software to give you client content management capabilities, task management, for instance. If you want to have calendaring, so the calendaring option is great within Centerbase. Timekeeping, of course. Conflict checking. So again, when we talk about conflict checking, we're speaking about not only vis-a-vis the clients, but also vis-a-vis your staff, especially the lawyers who will be working on a specific case. Okay, and also when we talk about conflict checking, the checking must be in sync with regulatory guidelines. Okay, and every jurisdiction, as you know, may have different varying levels of granularity in terms of the conflict checking. You also have to within Centerbase you have document management. This is really cool. You have document assembly. You have security in terms of the client portal. So we are here again. Client information should be quintessential in terms of the security and the privacy here. Basic bookkeeping. So within Centerbase, you're able to do like basic bookkeeping. You're able to do trust accounting also. You're able to do full accounting in some cases. So again, the reconciliation should be a lot easier from trust accounting all the way to full accounting. Again, in full accounting, we're speaking about GAAP accounting. So if you are interested in that, you would definitely want to consider Centerbase. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. So let me do a quick recap here. So in today's conversation, I spoke to you about Centerbase. We did a review. So I give you the synopsis, the pros and cons, the features, the value added, the specs, the pricing, and the verdict. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.